I want to eat my food, not every 3 hours. I don't eat 6 times a day. I probably eat about 4 or 5, if it four, maybe 5. And so, it's just, I'm in that realm, but it's not the extreme. So,
Yeah, yeah, because bodybuilding is a stream lifestyle because you're changing, for one thing, especially for y'all women, you're changing the aspects of your body. The always the debate when women in bodybuilding is a femininity thing. How you gain its muscle, and those people don't think women should have muscle. But even just in anything, you don't take more than just you don't have to be a top bodybuilder. You just go and train and work out. Just keep yourself in shape. I understand like changing habits because one thing is I am a fat man. I know that, but I was a lot bigger before. I was almost 500 pounds at one point because I was taking care of my mom and almost responsibilities of that and taking care of her stuff and just eating just because it's comfort or just eating something because it's there. But then you make those changes. Those are the hard part about it. I'm not perfect, like I said. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. Like today, I went to do laundry, came back, I had a pizza. I could, I just wanted something. But people need to understand that there's a lot of work to this, and also a lot of commitment and consistency, and everything that's involved in it. Oh, we got here one of my followers. My man is his name. You got to watch out here. My man, balls deep. He says, "What up and salute." Yeah, that's his name. He says, "Good afternoon, gorgeous." He's talking to you, not me. He says
thank
also, Chicago in here. That's his Monica. He also says, smash that like button. All right. And also he says, peace and blessings, beautiful. And his last one he likes to say, he says, Schmo gang, 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 gang. I don't remember, I know. And you appreciate you balls deep. So, what was that first show, and what was that like for you when you were on stage?
okay, the first show was April 14th, 2018. Crazy how I remember all this. Um, and it was a non-stank show. Actually, Mary at the time uh, lived in Columbus, and they would do the Kane Classic, and the proceeds would go to her charity of choice. I can't remember the name of the charity, but it was for a good cause. So that was my first show, and I did figure and I did physique, and everything on stage. I don't want to. It's like I blacked out, but I didn't black out. Of course, I didn't fall down or anything like that, but I just got everybody in the audience was a blank. And because I was so nervous, because I'm sitting here going from figure, trying to do figure, and then trying to go to physique, and realistically, how to do the posing and everything just went whoosh, over my head. So I winged it. And my posing routine for physique, I just made up the rest of it at the end because I was so scared. And I was like, I don't want to look like an idiot up here on stage. But after that show, I had got the feedback from the judges, and that's where I met marvelous Margie Martin. She was a judge, and she literally took the time to speak with me after the show. And she was like, "Girl, your conditioning was sick. It was like you were so on point with your conditioning." And I was very, very, very lean. And she said, but she gave me pointers, how to adjust my suit. She told me I needed to polish up my posing. And her and I are still friends today. So
Well, that's great. Margie Martin, I'm a fan of hers. I think she has a beautiful physique, great lady. She served our country in the United States Marine Corps.
yes, she
I
did.
don't say, well, anytime who's something like I had my oldest niece and my youngest nephew was in the Army, and I don't say thank you for your service because you're not providing a service. I would say, as a citizen, I appreciate the sacrifice they have made for this country. That's, I think, is more important than the sacrifice you made. And Margie's just a top level competitor, 2-time wrestling champion, multiple time Olympic competitor. And it's good to get that feedback. And she had that friendship because she retired in 2022. I wouldn't mind seeing her come back, but I understand that she's move on with her life.
We keep in touch. That matter of the fact, the other day, she sent me. No, I saw a post that she did, and I hearted it, and I said, "I miss you," and she's like, "I miss you too." So,
Oh,
yeah, we keep in.
oh, yeah,
But we keep. We
oh, oh.
we stay in touch. She's a great lady. She's a great lady.
That's
Yeah, and
yeah,
also,
that's good.
so,
That's good. That's good to have still good friendships with someone like that, And
yeah,
the thing about bodybuilding, some people look at the sport because it's very competitive, and
it,
you, yeah, and you and Margie in different divisions. Margie wins bodybuilding, you're physique. So when you made the switch from figure physique, what was the reason why you did it, and which one you preferred more when you were competing?
I enjoyed physique with the way you had to do the posing. You had you. Shit, my brain just went.
That's all
Uh,
right.
your
Take a moment. She's the clip.
mandatories, your mandatories, and then your back double bicep, your front double bicep, your chest, try abs. You can tell I haven't done this in a while, and but I hated wearing the high heels. I really hated the heels, and I loved doing a routine. I enjoyed having a routine to music, and because I loved performing that. To me, it was just it was more comfortable being in physique versus figure. Figure, you go out there, it's like bikini, and you do your quarter turns, you do your all that, and then physique, I mean, you do your quarter turns, then you do your mandatories, and then you get to do a routine, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I know I've interviewed quite ladies who started out in one division, another, especially figures, that division started to evolve a lot. You look at it now. Some of those girls look like the women when physique first came out. And I've known ladies told me that, yeah, they get tired of those high heels. You got to wear, I mean, I've heard stories where some ladies had to take uh, a blow dry so you can loosen them up so you can get them off your feet, and some ladies love their high heels. I know ladies who told me that sometimes she'd be on stairmats on hers. But like I said,
Or
every hmm, what
oh my god, more power to her. There's no way I can do that.
I know they like it. And, one of my jobs, I used to work at a strip club, and and high heels. That's the thing. You have to wear them because they were like a certain look, But everybody evolved in their own rate, in their own way, and you got to find the thing that works with you. That especially as your physique evolves, as you grow. And like I said, some ladies they love the posing. Also, let's say again, they love being barefoot. You don't have to worry about heels anymore, and you get to do more movement. Like with divisions like with figure, I get a little more because those ladies they have great muscle aesthetics. Bikini, I'm sorry, it's
It's
you know
okay.
I've,
It's okay.
yeah I've done everything with competing
It's a tough
competitors.
division. It's one of the biggest divisions.
Yeah, I was talking to a lady who I'm confronted with. She was at Universe last year. It said had 600 bikini competitors.
I don't doubt it.
And yeah, and I'm to next week. I'm got an interview with a lady who earned her pro card at the Universe. I'm going to talk about that. But anyway, we have here shout out to Donald Collins. Welcome Donald. Give me a second. He says she is gorgeous and love her smile. Thank you, Donald, brother. Thank you. It's
Thank you.
my man Ward 2000. He says, get a second because it's nice. So good evening, folks. Thank you, brother. And also we have Chris Barley. He says, hey, Janet. And he's doing a little flex. So thank you, brother. So yeah, yeah.
Hey.
Hey, I just Janet, like I'm like this. When I get a girl on here, a new lady on here, it's like the episode of Chappelle Show when Rick James, when Charlie Murphy meets Rick James, and not Rick James, when Charlie Murphy meets Prince, and Prince hanging on a
Friend.
guy named the guy named Nikki P. Shamar said, "Yo, George got a new girl. She finds a motherfucker. These guys get excited when I get a lady on here." So now you turned pro in 2019. Now,
Yes.
what was the show and what was that experience like for you when you officially now, they say now you're IFB Pro?
What was that again?
What was that feeling like for you when they say officially you're now IFB Pro?
At that moment, it was exciting. It was very exciting. Mary was there, and I don't know. It's crazy. It was like a dream too. It was just like, really. Okay, so it had, because you're NPC and you're competing in all these shows to get qualified to go to like a national show to try to go get your pro card. And I was so new to the game and everything, so yeah, I was like a little kid and I got all excited and still, didn't. I was like, wow, this really happened. And being an IFBB pro now, and that's one of my necklaces. I have my pro card. It says IFBB, and I have my little trophy upstairs and my big, huge blue IFBB card that I got. They gave me when I was on stage, and people will come up to me and like they'll see the card and they'll go, "Oh, you're IFBB," and I was like, "I'm a former IFBB competitor. I don't compete anymore." I'm very humble because people do stop me in the gym. And, I had a lady stop me in the gym this morning, on the Stairmaster. And so I take my earbuds out. I'm like, "May I help you?" And she goes, "Oh my God, how long do you have to do that to get legs like that?" And I said, "Ma'am," I said, "This is just for my heart, for my cardio." I said, "But it's a lot of weights." Doing a lot of weight training. But, but I appreciate when people come up to me and they're almost like some of them are like, "Oh wow, you're IFBB pro," and it's just a hug and it's to me it's a part of normal day life. I mean, I'm not really going out promoting myself. That's why I was very appreciative when you asked me on your show, because I'm not one of the high tier people IFBB pros. I'm not a well known IFBB pro. I'm a bodybuilder who maintains, who still wants to look good, and and stay healthy, and so it's very humbling to the attention that I do get, but nobody really knows who I am. Does that make sense? I'm not Andrea Shaw. I'm
Well,
not Martin. I'm not Janine. These women are in the Olympia. These women are very well known. Um, but and I have a gorgeous friend also too who she still competes, and she went from physique to women's bodybuilding. She's IFBB pro, and I support her. I support all my friends who still compete. But when they get there, they're bigger than they really get attention. I can't speak for them, but as for me being an IFBB pro, I appreciate it.
give it a second. We might have a second.
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Well, with my channel, it's about giving attention to any ladies who do this sport, not just IFB pros. I even ladies who are amateurs, ladies in other organizations, and it's about recognizing your commitment and passion for this sport. And, I would love to have Andrea Shaw on here one of these days. I'm a fan of Andrea's. Just amazing lady. She's kind of changed. I found this while I was doing, as you know, as I always try to do, I try to research about anybody, find information. And I found this picture here of her, and it's her, Andrea in the middle. And, Andrea is my girlfriend. So I
She's
think
very
she's so,
sweet. She's very
she,
sweet person.
this is a true story. A friend of mine, Eunice, she was at the Olympia back in 2023. I always want to bring this out because this is like, as you know, I showed you earlier, my other personality. He often says this. He says, if you're good at something, and he says, never do it for free. And this is what, when I do this stuff, this is my payment for me personally. When someone like Andrea, who never met me or never saw me, or maybe heard about me here and there, we takes time and she signs this, and that is, we can see right here. She telling me that how much she appreciates my support. You are the best, and and love you, and I love her too. I know I need to put this in like in a case or something, but I love it and hug it. I call it joy. I can't help myself. I know,
You
but she's
should
just
go
so
to a show
beautiful.
she's going to be. That was Chicago Pro. That picture was Chicago Pro in Atlanta in 2021, and
Hmm.
she was there. She's usually at a lot of the shows, and I walked up to her and I said, "May I please have a picture with you?" And she was so sweet and took that picture.
I often people say how sweet she is. I know people who know her, work with her. I mean, she's just a sweet person. I think she's the woman that kind of turn around women's bodybuilding. When it was kicked out of shows like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic, got kicked out of Olympia, and here comes a guy like Jake Wood. Every time I say his name, I can't help it. It's my Denzel from Training Day. Yo Jake, I want that money. I want that gun. I can't help it. Every time I say his name, I know a lot of guys named Jake. And she brought something, I think, where people were like demonizing like someone like Iris Kyle, while women's bodybuilding changed. But here comes, Andrea bringing this great look, great muscle, great femininity, just amazing. Here, this is from a man, Ward 2000 says, Miss Janet, great to have you on the channel. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Also, it says that Chappelle show skit joke is overdone, George. Probably work on some new material. Just say, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. This is I know this shit. Me, 5 foot. I don't change anything for another man with gotta say. So you don't like it, Warrior? You can do that. There's my man. He comes down here. We always pick it up. But one thing I do, like I said again, as one of my quotes for my favorite movie, Batman Begins, Rob Ragul talked to Batman says, Bruce Wayne says, "Beware surroundings of all time, Master Wayne. Never get your feeling what can blow." So I'm often aware of my surroundings. So I got this little video, folks, and you want to check it out. I'm going to pull it up here, and it is Janet, talking to Christian Dukes. Christian Dukes. He does a lot of the shows in the Midwest and around the South.
Oh
Great guy.
wow, that's a
And
flashback.
it's her, yeah, it's her doing the interview after getting the pro card. So we're gonna play it here.
Collegiate Masters Nationals. I'm here with Janet Bloodworth, new IFBB Pro. How are you, Janet?
Ecstatic right now and overwhelmed and emotional and just very happy.
There you go. Now, Janet's got a very, very interesting history. She's only been involved in the sport for about a year and a half.
Year and a half since December of 2017.
Okay. And you're a former hairstylist about to go back?
Former hairstylist. I'm not going to go back behind the chair, but I'm going to be helping out with my husband who owns a lot of franchises with great clips for hair.
That's awesome. And I think a lot of people are going to go to the salons and they're not going to want to get their hair cut. They're going to want to get your autograph, a picture, or something like that. They want to say, "Oh, my good friend Janet," you don't know her from a hole in the wall, but that's okay. That's part of being a star. So talk to us about this show. What were your impressions? Obviously, you got your pro card, you got high honors, but what was your impression of, the host hotel, the stage, the whole backstage experience?
The whole experience has been wonderful. It's one of the easiest shows that I've ever been in, and I've only been in 3. Four
Right.
shows. And so the hotel's been great. The backstage was wonderful. Just the whole overall experience. I came here looking for an experience and I got it, and I got more than that. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. So as a pro, I really believe that pros are ambassadors. They help bring more people to the sport. So if a lady sees this video and wants to compete, maybe lacks the self-confidence, maybe doesn't have the support from home, what would you tell her to follow her dream?
I'll tell you what, back in August of 2017, I was on the verge of a stroke, heart attack. I was 185 pounds. I made up my mind. I called Mary Ray Kane and I said, "I need your help." And she started helping me with diet, and because she lives in Columbus, Georgia, I'm in Atlanta. And so we started talking back and forth. And
that's your coach, right?
That's my coach. And we went from there, and she's like, "You need to compete." And I said, "Okay, let's go for it." So we went from there, and she said, "You need to do masters." And I said, "What?" And she's like, "You need to do masters." And I said, "Okay, we're going to do masters." So,
And now you're a pro.
and now I'm a pro.
And now you're a pro. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Well, finally, I really want to congratulate you on your big win. I'd like for your husband to come around. Just jump over here. And I'd like you to introduce yourself and tell us how proud you are of her.
Hey, I'm Mike Bloodworth, wonderful Janet's husband. Wonderful Janet husband. You know what I mean?
He's wonderful too.
I am so proud of this lady. It's been amazing.
You're gonna start crying.
It's been amazing to watch what she's done. The dedication, the enthusiasm, the inspiration she's been to other people. It's really amazing.
That's awesome.
Great.
That's awesome. You guys are a beautiful couple. Congratulations to you. New IFB Pro, Janet